Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will introduce myself. My name is Anissa Yuliasari and I'm from PBA. Now I will read an article with the title How to Give a Good Speech. We are all called upon to make a speech at some point in life, but most of us don't do a very good job. This article gives some suggestions on how to give an effective speech. The first paragraph. So you have to give a speech and you're terrified, you get nervous, you forget what you want to say, you stumble over words, you talk too long and you bore your audience. Later you think out goodness, it's over. I'm just no good at public speaking. I hope I never have to do that again. The second paragraph. Cheer up, it doesn't have to be that bad. Here are some simple steps to take the pain out of speech making. First of all, it is important to plan. Do your homework, find out everything you can about your subject, and at the same time, find out as much as you can about your audience. Who are they? What do they know about your subject? Do they have a common interest? Why are they coming to hear you speak? Put yourself in their shoes as you prepare your speech. And the third paragraph, ask yourself the purpose of your speech. What is the occasion? Why are you speaking? Are you introduce another speaker? Moderating a discussion, giving a lecture. Convincing someone. There are many possible speaking rules, and each one has its own special characteristics. Make sure you know into which category you fit. Don't spoil your speech by confusing one speaking rule with another. 4 paragraphs. Let us suppose that you have been asked to introduce the main speaker at a conference. First, find out the most important and interesting thing about the speaker. Then, summarize this information in few remarks. It is alright to tell a joke or an anecdote if it is a good taste and will not embarrass the speaker. And most important, be brief. Remember, you are not the main speaker, you are introducing the main speaker. 5. If you are a moderator, you should by giving a quick introduction of the people on the panel. After that, you should try to keep the discussion running smoothly and you should try to focus on the connection between speakers. Keep yourself in the background, don't talk too much and don't interrupt the panelists. Be tactful and be considerate. 6. If you are giving a lecture or explaining an idea, gather as many facts as you can use your subject. Spend plenty of time doing your research, then spend plenty of time organizing your material so that your speech is clear and easy to follow. Use as many examples as possible and use picture, charts, and graphs. If they will help you make your points more clearly, never forget your audience. Don't talk over their heads and don't talk down to them. Treat your audience with respect. They will appreciate your truthfulness. 7. If you are trying to sell something, you will need to convince your audience. Do you want them to vote for a candidate? Are you offering them a new, improved toothbrush? This kind of speech is usually dramatic, but here too you must do your research and know your facts. 8. When you are making your speech, try to relax, speak slowly and clearly, and look at people in your audience. Use simple vocabulary and expression whenever possible. Pause for a few seconds now and then to give your audience a chance to think about what you have said. Make sure that everyone in the room can hear you. If it is a large room or an auditorium, you will probably have to use a microphone. 9. Just remember, be prepared, know your subject, your audience, and the occasion. Be brief, say what you have to say, and then stop and be yourself. Let your personality come through so that you make person-to-person contact with your audience. Okay, and the last, if you follow this simple step, you'll see that you don't have to be afraid of public speaking. In fact, you may find the experience so enjoyable that you volunteer to make more speeches. You're not convinced yet. Give it a try and see what happens. Main idea from paragraph first. Fear or public speaking. Many people feel nervous when they have to give a speech because they are afraid of forgetting their words, talking too long, or boring the audience. Another example from paragraph first. A new employee is asked to introduce himself in front of the entire team during a weekly meeting. Because he is nervous, he speaks in a low voice, forget some of the things he wanted to say, and feel embarrassed after finishing his introducing. And main idea from paragraph 2. Preparation reduces. Frame with good planning and preparation. Public speaking doesn't have to be a frightening experience. Another example from paragraph 2. A mother is asked to give a speech at her child's school farewell event. She feels nervous at first, but she writes down key points, practices in front of a mirror, and asks her husband to listen to her rehearsal. On the day even, she feels much more confident. Main idea from paragraph 3. Determine the purpose of the speech. Every speech has a different purpose, such as introducing someone, leading a discussion, teaching, or persuading an audience. Another example from paragraph 3. A manager wants to give a speech at a company meeting. If his goal is to motivate his team, he will use inspiring words. However, if our goal is to explain a new company policy, he must speak clearly and professionally so that all employees understand the information properly. Main idea from paragraph 4. How to introduce a speaker properly. When introducing a speaker, share the most relevant, interesting information about them. Another example from paragraph 4. At a seminar, an MC doesn't just say the speaker's name and title, but also highlights their achievements and experiences, such as he is a renowned author and has spoken at international conferences. This makes the audience more interested in listening. Idea from paragraph 5. The role of a moderator in a discussion. A moderator should introduce panelists, maintain the flow of discussion, and ensure that everyone gets a chance to speak. Another example, in a school debate competition, the moderator ensures that all candidates equal speaking time and prevents interruptions, keeping the debate fair and organized. Main idea from paragraph 6. Use data and visual aids to clarify the speech using example, picture, graphs, or another visual aids can help the audience understand the speech more easily. Another example, professor explaining climate changes use temperature creates an image of melting ice caps. This makes it easier for students to grasp the impact of global warming compared to just listening to words. An idea from paragraph 7, convincing the audience with strong arguments. If the goal of the speech is to persuade, it's important to present strong and relevant facts. Another example from paragraph 7, a business owner, the investor doesn't just say my business is great. Instead, they show provide data, market trends, and growth strategy to convince the investor to invest. Main idea from paragraph 8, effective speaking technique. When speaking, it's important to speak slowly, clearly, and pause occasionally so the audience can understand the message. Another example, a student giving a presentation is class should speak clearly and not rush. If they talk too fast, their classmates might struggle to understand the material. Main idea paragraph 9, preparation is the key to success. Success in public speaking depends on true preparation. Another example, paragraph 9. An employee presenting a report to their boss prepares notes, practice in front of mirror, and memorize key points to avoid nervous while speaking. The next main idea, paragraph 10. Practice builds confidence. The more someone practices public speaking, the more confident they become. Another example, at first, a university students feel very nervous about speaking in group discussion. But after practicing and speaking at different events, they become more confident and start enjoying public speaking.